Greetings to all. Myself Lalita or I'm a computer science engineering student at EWIT in Bangalore. Now I'm pursuing my internship at Navin Gurukula. Today I am here to explain you all about my project. My project is about an retail sector and the main agenda of my project is to create a basic infrastructure of retail sector and plan the configuration according to that. And here we followed a few steps like preparation of vomit chart and collection of requirements. Based on this requirement, we planned the basic infrastructure and segregated the task and execution of that task. And we maintained a daily report of task completion through a Scrum board, and integrating and testing has been done, and we are now in final step, that is project submission. And here we plan an events like planning the task, designing a topology, planning an IP address, routing configuration and switching configuration, and integrating all the configurations. And next is testing, and final is a troubleshoot. And as I said, we maintain a daily report of on task completion through a Scrum board. And now let's see the overview of our project. And this is the overview of our project. And here there are three main phase in our project, that is two ISP cloud. And here as we are using it to ISP cloud, and data center, here using two data center. And next is the branches, here we're totally using it 6 branches. And next come to an ISP Cloud 1. Here this ISP Cloud 1 we used as a national ISP, and this is the overview of our national ISP. And here this ISP is divided into 4 different ISP, that is ISP 1, ISP 2, ISP 3 and ISP 4. And ISP 1 and ISP 2 contains 3 routers each, and ISP 3 and ISP 4 contains 2 routers each. And here we used an IP address of class C range, and the configuration done here is an interface configuration and AHP configuration. And coming to an ISP Cloud 2, this ISP Cloud 2 is considered as an international ISP, and this is the overview of our ISP Cloud 2. And this ISP cloud is divided into 3 ISP, that is ISP 1, ISP 2, ISP 3. And ISP 1 and ISP 3 contains 3 routers each, and ISP 2 contains 4 routers each. And next, here IP address is assigned using a class C range, and the configuration done here is an interface configuration, DHRP configuration. And next coming to a data center, and this is the overview of our data center. And we are using a 2 data center here, and one for primary and another for a secondary. And each data center contains 10 servers, and each server is represented and service provided by the server. And here the IP address is assigned using a static configuration, and the configuration done here is an interface configuration and DHRP configuration. And the same ISP data center 2 is the same replica of data center 1. What all the configuration did in data center 1, we did it in data center 2 also. And next coming to branches, and this is the overview of our branches. And here we are using 6 branches, and 3 for national and 3 for international. And each branches contains 2 floors, that is ground floor, first floor and second floor. And 10 IoT devices is used in each branch, and 1 laptop, PC, telephone, printer is used in each branch. And configuration done here is an AHRP configuration, DHCP configuration, interface configuration, TechAds for national ISP, Radius for international ISP. And thank you. Now let's see the demonstration of our project. So as you see here, this ISP Cloud 1, that is national ISP, is connected to and branches and data center, where data center is connected to 2 different routers of ISP, and branches also connected to 2 different router of an ISP cloud. And this ISP 1 is connected to an ISP 2, 2 different ISP cloud routers. And next, Here in this ISP code, we did an interface configuration, AHRP configuration. So let's see the commands here. As you see, we did an hostname configuration here. The purpose of using hostname configuration because we can give a specific name for that device. So we can it will be helpful to identify the device easily. And next is an interface configuration. Here the purpose of using interface configuration because if you want to do any other configuration means the firstly that router should connect it to that network, means the IP address should be assigned to that router so that the router will be connected to the network. So it will be assigned using the interface configuration. So if you type an interface serial 0/0, it enables the port serial 0 port will be enabled, and its IP address 0.192.168.30.1 will be assigned to that port. So that router is connected to an network 192.168.30.0. And next comes to an AHRP configuration. The purpose of using AHRP configuration means because we want to communicate from one router to another. So the AHRP will helps to communicate from one router to the another. Here router AHRP will enables the AHRP protocol and AS number 100, and here we used a different AS number for different ISP. So we need to redistribute the AHRP AS number if it if it that router contains a different AS number router, and we should specify the connected network IP address. And this AHP configuration is done in all the routers. And next configuration is an password configuration. The password configuration is done because we want to prevent a number of user, so we can avoid the changes in the configuration. And this is what the configuration done in ISP cloud. And coming to an data center, in data center, as I told earlier, we did an interface configuration, AHRP configuration, and we used 10 servers which represent a service provided by the server. And first service is a mail. So here the purpose of using the mail server means we can compose a mail from one branch to another. So I can compose a mail from this Chennai branch to an Hyderabad branch. So I can you should specify the no, address here, that is Hyderabad at retail.com. I will compose some mail here. I will send that mail so that the mail will be sent to an server here. And next, when I request the mail from the recipient, means destination, I will go to and I will request that mail. So the server will send that mail to the recipient address. So the mail will be received. So this is how the mail will be worked. And next come to an HTTP. Next come to an FTP. Here the FTP means a file transfer protocol. So the file can be transferred from one network to the another network, like client to server. We can transfer a file. So it will act as an centralized storage. So if you want, if here we can create some file and save that file here. And you can go for command prompt, you can check. Check it in dir. So as you see here, which I created the file, it is not present. If you want to put that file, use the command put 555.text and the IP address, that is 192.168.210.3. So the file will be transferred. If you check now, the file is present here 555, and you can also cross verify it in server. Also it will be copied here. So the 555.txt is present. This is how FTP server will works. And T next coming to an TFTP, it is a simplified version of FTP. It will act as an backup configuration, copying a backup configuration. Next, you can access. So you can copy the copy copy running configuration. And okay, sorry. Copy running configuration to TFTP, and it will ask an address, IP address of that server. That means 192.168.210.4, and it will ask whether the destination file name is here. It will okay. You can give any other name, but it will give 888. So that name is that file is copied to the server, so you can cross verify it in TFTP server. Go to TFTP server service and you can check that 888 configuration file is present. So next come to an HTTP. Here this HTTP service will enable the end user to browse and web page here. So it will enable this feature. So you can go for an end user. Here you can access an website. You can access an website using that IP address. And this is what HTTP. And next comes an DNS. It is same as an HTTP. You can access an website. The difference is here the IP address can be resolved. So this IP address, you can name an IP address by domain name. So I gave 192.168.210.6. I gave for this IP address a domain name, that is www.mypage.com. So I can access this IP address by using this name. So I can access, I can access the page by using that domain name www.mypage.com. So see, now I can access the same web page by using the domain name. So this is how the DNS works. And next comes to an NTP. NTP stands for a network time protocol. It will help to synchronize that time in the network. And we can also update the time here. So if you'll update here means it will make change in all the network. And next comes to syslog. Yes, syslog is the purpose of using syslog is to collect the events what all occurring in the network. So here it will be noted what all the events occurred in that particular network, and it is useful when monitoring or troubleshooting. And next come to an TechAxe. Here TechAxe will act as a centralized validation, and Radius will act as an remote authentication. So if you want to get into this router means you should give an password. That password will be sent to an server here. So it will validate whether that password is valid or not. If it's valid, it will give access to that user, or else no. So it will act as a centralized validation. And next comes in here, this server we used here is for a tablet. So we have created an product web page so that the customers can order the items in using this tablet only. That is. So this is the web page we have created. So if you like any items, you can also add that item here, and you can scroll down here. So the added item will be displayed here. If you want to more quantity, if you want to buy more quantity, you can increase the quantity, or else you can remove that quantity, and you can purchase this purchase here. So after finishing the payment details, you can also pay, and thank you for purchasing. And this is what our website browser website about product. And next come to an branches. In branches we use an PC, laptop, and next tablet for product website, and shared printer for a bill receipt product bill receipt. And you can call from one telephone to an other branch telephone. So this is as Chennai, the telephone is number is 444. In Bangalore, the telephone number will be 555. So I will call, I can call to the Bangalore branch. It is ringing. I can go to the Bangalore branch this year. I can pick that call here. One second. So I can pick. So the call is connected. I can also disconnect the call. So I can make a call from one branch to another. And in branches we did an interface configuration, EIGRP configuration, and as I explained earlier, interface configuration and EIGRP configuration is done. And here the IP address of IP address for end users we assigned using a DHCP, and in DHCP uses an address pool to assign the IP address. The address pool name should specify here. So and next here you should specify the network address so that it can assign an IP address for an end users. And the default address is used because it needs to know where the host communicate with an external LAN. And the option command will used for because it will enable the user defined services like telephone services like that, and DNS server to access an web page. IP address should be specified. And next we can here we did an TechAX configuration to enable a AAA. So here the AAA authentication login 3QNG group tech access local command will be used for because 3QNG is a list name given to a group, and if TechCat server is down means it will access the password or username given in local. So if TechCat is the server down means this router can even access using a local username and password. And next is so here we specified the local username and password. And next is here we need to specify the TechAt's host IP address and the key. So the key must match from routers key and server C. So here I have specified the TechAt server host IP address and the key, that is CCNA1. And if you want to dial and from one branch to another network telephone means you should specify the destination pattern. That means that destination phone number and the IP address of that destination router. So then we can call from one branch to another. So if you want to configure a telephone means firstly you should enter and telephony service and should specify the maximum telephone used in that network and maximum dictionary number and the IP address for that telephone, and you should assign a port for that telephone. And next you should assign a telephone number for the telephone used in that network. So this is what the configuration done in branches. So the same configuration done in all the branches. So here we used 10 different IoT devices. So the purpose of using this IoT device means like fan and AC we need, and wind or cooling purpose we use in fan and AC. And as in retail sector there are so many products like cloth and some other items. So if any fire items, fire element present in that means it will make some problem. So we use a fire sprinkler here. And if any carbon dioxide element and carbon monoxide, this the carbon dioxide detector and carbon monoxide detector will help to detect that. And for staff members attendance, so at attendance, like it will, the RFI card will be used for attendance purpose of that staff members. So is it validate or not, it will be accessed. And door is here, we use that like a storeroom in a retail sector, so it will be act as a storeroom here. So this is the same configuration done in all the branches, and the same configuration what all did in ASP1 cloud is done in an ISP2 cloud also. So this is what our project is about, and what all the config. So this is all the configuration done in our project. So thank you, one and all.